What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series, The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. So as we talked about with The Lost Hero, I was very excited to be finally rereading this series because it's been a very long time, and I did have one glaring problem with The Lost Hero, and it was that the pacing is very strange. And what I love about finally rereading The Son of Neptune is you see how immediately Rick Riordan changes his writing style and has adapted and tries to make it fit and make it work. Because with The Lost Hero, we had all of these new characters. You were also trying to reintroduce this world that maybe new people were coming into, and he was doing 3 different perspectives, one of which was a girl, which he had never done before. Like, this was a lot to handle, and the perspective changed with every 2 chapters, which made the story feel just a little bit choppy. Whereas with The Son of Neptune, the perspective changes every 4 chapters, and Percy, Frank, and Hazel, who are our main cast in this book, all feel much more fleshed out, much more realistic, and it's really crazy to see the difference just between these 2 books, how he's like, okay, no, we're gonna do it this way, and we're gonna make it work, and we're gonna keep going. The Son of Neptune picks up like 8 months after the events of The Lost Hero, and Percy is just stumbling along in California. He has no memory, no idea who he is, but he does remember one thing, and that's Annabeth. He doesn't know who this person is, but he remembers the name, and he knows that she must mean something to him and that he has to find a way to get back to her, which is so romantic and I love it so much. But Percy does stumble into the Roman camp on the other side of America, something that we had just learned about in The Lost Hero. So not only do we have Camp Half-Blood for the Greeks, but now we have Camp Jupiter, which is all for the descendants of the Roman gods. But they're not all half-bloods, and they're not all teenagers. Some of these people have grown up and had lives. That Camp Jupiter also has a city where you can grow up, get married, have a home, go to college. This is all something that Percy really wants, and it's so beautiful, and I think it's really interesting the way that it's introduced. I love the juxtaposition between what Camp Half-Blood is and what the Roman camp is, and I also love that we see this lens through Percy, who is just so done with everything. He's so done with gods playing with him. He's so done with monsters that don't want to die, and it's hilarious and it's beautiful, and it just really grounds you in the story. I don't think you could have started the story here. You definitely do need The Lost Hero to kind of get you into it, but it does feel a lot more grounded in this book, especially moving forward into the rest of the series. One of the other things I also really love about this book are all of the new characters that are introduced. We get Raina, who was kind of in the Sea of Monsters, which I did just reread, and I don't have any memory of her at all, but she was kind of in the Sea of Monsters, so she does know who Percy is. We have Nico, who comes back. We have Hazel, who is somebody who died in the 1940s, who has come back to life, kind of taking advantage of that Doors of Death thing kind of happening. And then we also have Frank, who is a mixture of a lot of different gods and has a very powerful bloodline, and he is so adorable and just so loving, and his life force is tied to a stick, and it's adorable, and I love it. And it just added so much more realism and so much more dimension than I think we see with Jason, Leo, and Piper. Now, that does get corrected when we move into the Trials of Apollo series. You see that a lot more with those 3 than you do with the 3 in this book, and I think that's why. It's just because the introduction was so much stronger with the Son of Neptune, and in this story, we're seeing them trying to restore the glory of Rome. The giants are still rising. They have opened the doors of death, and all of this is kicking off the next great prophecy, something that is going to lead them somewhere that they never thought they were going to have to go. And I just absolutely love The Son of Neptune. It's not my favorite one out of the series, but I love everything that it sets up. I love the way that the world is getting more complicated. I love that we have seen Percy Jackson grow as a character, and I'm really excited to continue on with this reread. So if you haven't read The Heroes of Olympus, obviously you should, because they're absolutely amazing. The Son of Neptune is getting an A+ from me. Highly recommend you check it out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything got for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!